Thank you for tuning into the channel today. I am going to talk to you guys about the IBM SPSS program. You can use this program to do any statistical analysis in college, for senior project, junior project, graduate student, MBA program, PhD program. IBM SPSS is like one of the top programs for statistical analysis, especially with big data and huge project that requires a lot of analysis. You can easily use this to calculate mean, median, run frequency. It will show you the bar chart. It will show you the pie chart. It will show you the frequency chart. You can use this to solve for chi-square, ANOVA, binomial. You can use this to run a regression. You can use this for a lot of problem. Poisson ratio, you can find that out. Anything you can possibly think of statistically, you can use the program to do it. So that being said, when you first open the program, this is what you will see. You can get tutorials, express tutorial on IBM website if you want. You can get help, technical help, and so if you want, this will show you any other updated addition that they've added to the program. And also, if you've opened this program before, on this section right there, you see where it says the recent file. You will see all other files that you have opened previously, and also right here you will see option to import a new data set or query a database, whichever your choice is. And if you don't have any file or data sheet that you can work with, you can this program allows you to import data from Excel into the program, so you won't have a problem with that. But if you don't, you just want to play around and just get used to it, you can easily click on the sample files and you'll see all the sample files that comes with the program. IBM pre-built this into the program so that you guys can use it whenever you feel like using it, or just to get an idea what you're working you can do with the program. So for me, previously I used the demo file to do a lot of my analysis, but I think today I'm going to use I'm going to go ahead and use the car insurance claim, because like I said, a lot of number involved. You can probably is your best option to use this program. So once you highlight the data and just double click on it, it will open. So what you see right now, right here, this is your behind the scene. Let me do that so you guys can see. Right here, this is your output window. So anytime you run any kind of program, any kind of analysis, this is where you're gonna see your result. And the left hand side will tell you it's more like a bookmark for all the things that you've ran for this program. So with that being said, I will go ahead and lower this window and show you guys. So this is how your data will look like once it is all entered into the program. Up here on the column, those are all your variable names. So like here you see the first one is older age and vehicle group, vehicle age, claimant, and claimant. And these little symbols you see beside these names, those are the kind of data type that you're running. So like this one is an order set, this one is a nominal set, and if you put your mouse on it, you can actually, you see the yellow pointers that comes out. If you see where it says measure, it says nominal. If you see where it's measured, it says ordinary. And if you go to the claimant, this is scale. This is technically means scalar quantity numbers. It's natural numbers you can use the same here. And also, so that's how easy this program is. I mean, almost IBM wants you to pretty much just hit the ground running on this program. And here, this missing data set, there's a way you can handle that in the program, but maybe I'll do a part 1 or part 2 for that so you guys can see it. So there's 2 fields to the SPSS program. One is the data field, and the next one is the variable field. The variable field is where you start start the project. You name, you give all your variable names. So if you see the first column says name on the column, these are predefined, so you cannot change this column name. So it's set in stone. So the name is where you will name all your variable names. In this case, we have 5 variable names. The kind of data type, normally when we talk about data type, we're mostly talking about 2 kind of data type, which is the string data type and the numeric data type. There's another name for it. It doesn't click in my head right now, but you have the string and the numeric, which is one is just letters and the other one is just numbers. So in this case, it's numeric data type. They said a better name for it than what they call it here. Numeric is numbers, so you're not working with string. The other, if I open a different data sheet, you will see that some of them has data type to be string, but all of this in this specific program is all numeric. Then the width is very technical, so I'm not going to really go into detail. The width actually has to do with the bits, the numbers of bits. So in this case, it's 4 bits, which is about 16. It's 4 byte, which is about 16 bit. So so you can put your in your column, you can write something that is more than 16 width, or right around 16, or up to 16 characters on there. The decimal places, of course, is just the number of decimal you want. So you want 1 decimal. So if you were using a pi, say pi is 3.142, right? And of course the 2 repeat forever. So if you don't want to go like 5 decimal place, in that case it's just 3 decimal place, right? If you want to go with 3.14, that's 2 decimal place. So that's what it's like. In this case, this guy doesn't want any decimal place. So in terms of pi, it will just be 3. And then of course the label gives you more detailed information about the variable name. So in this case, it's saying that the policyholder age. So like older age, that's what it's talking about. It's talking about the policyholder age. And the values is the value that is assigned to some of these variables, because some of them is not quantitative in nature. But for the person to be able to actually use it for analysis purpose, you will have to code those qualitative string characters into a number character, so they can use it to run the analysis. Then of course the missing columns right here, just pretty much just asking you if there's any column that is missing data in it. And of course the column tells you how many columns you want in your spreadsheet. In that case, that would be the data field. Then of course your data will be aligned to the right, and you can change that if you want to. And of course the measure is kind of weird for me, because the measure technically is also a data type. And like I said before, you have the ordinary data type, you have the nominal data type, and you have the scale data type, which is the scalar. Like I said before, the scalar is just pure numbers, so it could be integers or it could be natural numbers. And the ordinary is just like you order things like first, second, third, and fourth. And nominal is also almost the same thing as ordinary, but it doesn't care if the variables are in order or the data is in order. It will work with it even if it's an order set. So you wouldn't care whether you have this first, second, third, and fourth. Even if there is first, second, third, and fourth, the nominal would not care about that. It will just work with the data as it is given. So you can give the second, first, third, and fourth. It doesn't care. But the ordinary, you have to make sure that they are in the order that you want them to be. And of course your role is to input the data. So that's it for the variable field. And if I wanted to mess with this, say for instance, I'm gonna put, I'm not gonna do this on this side, but in the next part I will show you guys how to input data and give you actual real life examples so that you guys can see. I might just add to what IBM already provided you so that you guys can have a pretty decent idea what it is. Like I said, this tool follows you. It doesn't matter what field you're in. So I'm gonna go ahead, below you see the tool view. I'm gonna go back to the data view, and if you go to data view, the tools up here, it doesn't go away, they're still there. So that's it. That's the brief quick tutorial on how to open the SPSS, how to input your data, and how to name your variables. And in the next part, I will run maybe one analysis, and maybe I'll actually show you how to actually input the data into the program, how to name your variable. And if I have time, I will go ahead and run some analysis on here for you guys so that you guys can see. Because the key thing is here, first of all, is having the data you want to work with, being able to name the variables for the data set that you're going to be working with, inputting the data set, choosing the right measure. Because for instance, if you have a numeric data, say you want, I don't know, say for instance you want to calculate the GPA for, say, all the students that took SAT, you don't want to make a mistake to go and use an ordinary measure or nominal measure, because that would not work properly. Your base measure would be the scalar option. So things like that, you have to know what your data set is and what you're trying to do with them and what would be the best measure. So those are the key things you have to understand. And once you get all of that put in place, your screen will look exactly like what you just see right now. And from here, you start to run your analysis. Say you want to run a mean and a average or a medium, and you want to run a variance on the program. You want to try to find out the average. You want to try to compare different groups. So for instance, on an SAT, you might want to compare the different background where the student came from, and to see if their background has any kind of impact on what their score is on the SAT exam. So this program allows you to do stuff like that. And if you guys are interested in going, I can go to the deep individual method you can use to run different things to get out, a specific outcome. So with that being said, I'm not gonna make this video go too long. So if you guys have any question, just drop it in the comment section, and please remember to subscribe for more content, and I will see you guys in part 2. See you all.